Golf Central on YouTube, brought to you by the Chrome Soft Golf Ball from Callaway.
Hello, I'm Anna Whiteley and welcome to Golf Central on YouTube. It was quite the exciting first round of the Sentry Tournament of Champions as Justin Thomas finds himself on top of the leaderboard alongside Harris English. So here's what the defending champion had to say after his opening round.
It was a good day. It was a good opening round. It was solid. I didn't do anything great, didn't do anything bad, just kind of made my way around the course. I mean, the conditions were about as good as you could get them. I mean, not much wind and soft green, so I was glad to take advantage.
On 18, kind of saw you kind of rehearsing a follow-through. Was that shot kind of tough with the downhill lie that you had?
Yeah, it's always tough, and I've had difficulty with it in the past. I mean, I've chunked it a lot. I think it's very easy for me to want to hit it in the air because you want to try to hit kind of a high cut to hold against the left-right wind, and that's pretty difficult when your body's at a 30-40% incline. So we actually addressed that in the practice round with my dad and Jimmy, trying to figure out how I could be a little bit better at that, and I was glad to successfully hit it on the green this time.
I know you talked about Todd just a few minutes ago, but you said that you kind of feel like the momentum kind of carried a little bit from your fall. You didn't maybe, as you said, kind of waste December. Is that kind of showed today? I
think so. I mean, there's some areas when you take, at least for me, when I take time off, my pitching, my wedges, and my putting are rusty. It's just like that time of year in Florida. I mean, it's really, really windy every day, so it's difficult to go out and work on your yardages or get a lot of putting work done. But I still have been playing a lot, just trying to be able to hit different shots and get in different situations. So I think that's something that definitely could have benefited me today.
Biggest thing that you would want to improve upon going into the second round?
I hit a little closer to the hole. I mean, if you told me right now I'd play the same way and shoot 8 under the next 3 days, I'd gladly sign for that, and I'll see you guys on Sunday. Yeah.
Great opening day in the office for Justin Thomas, so let's check out his scorecard. It was a clean card with 8 birdies, a bogey-free round of 8 under 65, his lowest opening round score at this event. And hey, how about Bryson DeChambeau, the man that we all love talking about, making his 2021 debut? The power player shot a 4 under 69, including firing 5 birdies and just the 1 bogey. And I tell you what, shock horror, his hunt continues for longer distances and higher speeds.
Yeah, it took a little bit to get comfortable with the new speed that I have, albeit it's not much. It still is different. I'm moving a little differently, so golf swing's a little different. And I got to learn how to perform with that, but I'm excited that I was able to get around the golf course and hit it somewhat straight and be somewhat comfortable out there for the new golf swing I have.
Two quick things. What made you want to get more speed, and how did you spend the off season?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of went a little dark on social media for a while, just trying to understand what Kyle did, how he did it. I mean, he was a 117, 118 mile per hour golf swing in college. That's what he had, and he's gone all the way up to 150 now, and so he's obviously done the right things, and he's done it completely naturally and without anything, and I wanted to learn from him, and so I took it upon myself to ask him some questions, and he was lucky enough to be out in Dallas, and we spent a few days together, and we've been talking back and forth, and he's been giving me tips on what to do and how to keep the speed out here on tour, and what he thinks he's going to try and do when he gets out here or tries to get out here, and gives it a whirl. But I spent my off season swinging my butt off as hard as I can. There were times where everything hurt in my body, and just breaking down my whole nervous system and rebuilding it back up. So, and I like doing that. It's fun testing limits of my body and seeing what I can and can't do. So me, I'm always a tinker, and I love doing it.
What was the best question you asked him?
How hard did you push it? And he said, till I black out. So
did you get there?
Yes, numerous times. There was times where I was seeing a tunnel and I had to stop. I mean, you just have to stop, and that's about when you stop. But there's a lot to it.
You didn't actually black out?
No. I did not black out, but I came very close, just like he did. He did the same thing.
So mate, what are the goals, I guess, now for 2021 with where you're at?
I'm going to keep getting speed until I try and get around 205 to 210 in that range. Once I achieve those speeds and I'm comfortable with that, not trying to swing my butt off, it just happens naturally, that's when I'll probably stop and go down the chipping rabbit hole, going to try and understand my wedging and chipping a lot better. I still feel like there's some low-hanging fruit with the driver, with speed that I can gain. I mean, it's fun. I mean, I hit 7-iron into 18, albeit the wind died and I hit it a little short. I mean, I hit 7-iron on 18. That's a big deal for me. I feel like, I hit pitching wedge into 5, albeit I parred it. Putting still matters. These distances are allowing me to do things that I never thought were possible, which is cool.
How far did you have into 18?
We had including the downhill, it played 233 to where we were trying to land it. And then with wind, we played like 220, 225, and I tried to 7-iron, and I landed a couple short than what I wanted to. Didn't hit it.
How close do you think you are to that 05, 210?
Man, that's a great question. I still feel like I'm over a year to year and a half out from it. That's what he projected. Kyle projected for me. He was like, I think you can get there within a year and a half if you keep pushing the boundaries. Now, the difference is I got to keep playing golf, right? I got to keep trying to play my best. I got to putt, got to chip and all that, whereas he had time to just go at it with the driver. And he made a gain of 8 miles an hour in a year. I mean, I think I can get a baseline average of probably 4 to 5, so it's probably going to be a year and a half, hopefully, if I keep doing the right things and I'm healthy.
Are you afraid to put that much torque on your body, knees and back?
Yeah, I mean, this is why I have Greg Roscoff back in Denver. I mean, he's figured out a way to heal the body in a very nice way and make me feel like I'm a kid again. This is what I've been talking to you guys a bit about for a while now, and he's who helped Peyton Manning come back, worked with John Stockton. He works with a few golfers, I think, on tour out here now. And he's gaining some pretty good credibility through his system. I mean, I come back after seeing him, and my speed gains are at their new level. They're at a whole new top max level that I've never been at before. So every time I go see him, it's like he rebuilds me up to a stronger level.
So between the weights and the torque, you don't feel any pain in your body?
Well, as of right now, I've been able to. We have a system where working out actually fixes all the stuff, which is amazing. That's what we've worked on for the past 3 years together, trying to figure out how can I, trick the nervous system into sensing, you're actually okay and you can heal now, rather than being stuck in this inflammatory period and taking just natural time for it to heal.
Kind of a dumb question, but what's the difference between where you were at speed-wise this past year and where you're trying to get to? And I don't mean just from, obviously it's extra yards we're talking about here, but in the risk of that, weighing the risk of that, whether it's physically, other parts of your game, whatever, versus the reward of it.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know those answers. Yeah, we don't know those answers, right? I mean, I'm okay with taking on that risk. I feel like I've got somebody that can help fix me if something goes wrong. And when it does, because it will go wrong, I can go and see him and get everything fixed. The only problem is walking these hills. You add 30 more pounds, it's a hike, right? I mean, it's different.
You're telling this to the media.
Yeah, and I have to create some endurance for that. I don't just need strength, I need endurance with these muscles. And so this is going to be a process, and the risk versus the reward, I don't know, but I know that the risk in taking it, I can always fall back into a safe haven with Greg and what we've worked on and figured out.
Just the difference really of that versus this past year. Like, what does that,
from a speed perspective,
what does it add up to, I guess?
What does it add up to? Well, I know I'm about 5 to 6 miles an hour faster with the driver, at least. And that equates to, I was about my top speed was around 134, 135. Now I'm around 140. And, that creates ball speeds around 200 to over 200.
Right. And,
I mean, depending on the right situation, it could be, 40, 50 yards if it's firm and downwind and all that. But in normal conditions, it's probably going to fly about 20 yards farther. And, my irons are even far. I mean, I'm hitting my 8-iron 205 right now. So, it's kind of nice to have that in the bag, right? I mean, I'm hitting a little half shot chip on 8 with my 8-iron. So it's just a different ball game for me, and I got to learn how to manage it still.
That's what you had today. It was 8.
Yeah. And just to give everybody perspective, I mean, in this whole process, you have to get bigger and stronger so your body can tolerate more force, right? And then learn how to do that without getting injured. Second off, you got to learn how to swing faster without getting injured. Third off, you got to learn how to hit somewhat straight without getting injured. And then 4, you got to learn how to play golf. It's a big process and it's tough.
We will never get bored of listening to Bryson DeChambeau. Well, thank you for watching Golf Central on YouTube. Live coverage gets underway on Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern on Golf Channel.
Golf Central on YouTube, brought to you by the Chrome Soft Golf Ball from Callaway.